Hello there everybody and welcome back to Tree of Tranquility. It is now the 12th day of fall, and that also means that it is the art festival today. So we are going to go and check that out, and we'll also do our chores to pass the time. I am finally getting some good luck with the weather. Obviously, because it's a festival, it's automatically going to be good weather, but the last couple of days it has actually been pretty nice, and I haven't had any rain or anything like that. It's been nice and sunny, so the sun has finally decided to show up for fall, and I hope that that trend continues because, as I mentioned in the last video, I had pretty much a full straight week of, rain. And I don't mind watering my crops. It doesn't take that long, although the rain does help. But it just makes everything look kind of like dark and gloomy and all that stuff. So I like the sunshine to come out every once in a while. It looks like we have some flowers that have come in, some of the blue ones we planted, the morning glories, so I'll go ahead and pick these. I've put a couple seeds into my bag today. I've only got one row here. I've got eggplants to plant on the other field, and I have some red herb seeds. I guess what I could do, because I'm sure that those other morning glory seeds will come in tomorrow, I can get a head start on those red herbs. I'll plant those. And I watered that wrong. I don't know why I did that, but oh well, that's okay. Just as long as it all gets watered, that's all that matters. The animals have been very happy that I've been able to let them outside as well. The field is getting a little bit crowded now with all the animals though. And I just can't believe how small the ostrich is. Seriously, it just blends right into the grass. You almost step on it because you don't know that it's there. And everything is going well with them. I just shipped a bunch of cocoons and I shipped some wool and stuff yesterday, so I managed to make quite a bit of money off of that. And you can see here, it looks like the duck has laid its first egg. So they're a different color than the chicken eggs, and they're also a lot smaller, so they're quite distinctive. You'll know them when you see them. And you can put those into the mayonnaise maker as well. So it's up to you whether you want to ship just the egg itself or whether you want to make it into mayonnaise. In order to get credit for both of those items in your shipping ledger, in your records, in your bookshelf, you'll have to ship an egg, and then you'll also have to make it into mayonnaise and ship the mayonnaise as well. If you're going for completion in that sense and you want to get all that stuff filled out, such as the mining book and the fishing book and cooking recipes and things like that. So I'll go ahead and I'll just ship it today, and I'll make it into mayonnaise the next time. Silkworms are fed. I guess I should pick them up. Give them a little bit of love and attention here, because I still need to get that shining cocoon in order to get my last and final rucksack upgrade. I'll quickly head on over to my other field before we go over to Waffle Town. Now my field is a little bit barren because I actually picked a bunch of stuff yesterday, and I hadn't had the chance to call Taylor or to go to Roots to actually grab more things. So I had some spinach come in that was all up there. It looks like I got more spinach to pick today. And I also had all of my rice come in again. That rice I replanted had all come back in. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the eggplants here. So we have 3 rows of eggplants now, and we have 3 rows of yams and 3 rows of green peppers, and then the rest of this I'm just going to use for whatever it is that I see fit. And I think in the last video I was saying, oh, I'm not gonna get pumpkins, and I thought that the pumpkins that were planted here were yams, because as you can see now, the yams sort of almost look identical to pumpkins before they come in. You almost can't tell the difference, and so I was confused. So I actually had pumpkins here, they grew in, and now I have yams in this spot. So it's a good thing I didn't buy pumpkin seeds last time we were out and we bought more stuff from Ruth, because I would have either not used them or I would have had to replant them and wait for more pumpkins to come in. You may have actually seen the pumpkins, they're in my inventory. I haven't decided whether I want to ship them yet or whether I want to keep them. But I don't think they're used in a lot of recipes. There might be some cakes or something like that they might be used in, but in order to make cakes, I'll need breadfruit, and I can't get breadfruit until spring. That's the only season you can grow breadfruit in, and so I'm not too sure what I want to do about that, but I definitely want to give Taylor a call, and I want to pick up some more stuff. Spinach is a really great crop because it grows in quickly. I probably want to get some more carrots and maybe some more rice as well. I'm actually not too sure if he's open today. Probably not, because it is a holiday, so I may have to do some more planting and whatnot tomorrow. Off to the art festival we go. Let's have a look at what it is that they're selling. I don't think we picked up a lot last year. And if you don't remember, the 3 vendors we have at this festival are Myra, we have Bo, and we have Owen selling things. We have a lot of people coming and going and looking at the festival. Luke will come, which is kind of rare. I think I mentioned this last time too, but it's very rare that he comes to festivals. But this year he's here because I guess that he's hosting a game, which I actually did not know that he was available to talk to play a game in this festival. I think because you can only talk to him later in the day when you want to play a mini game, which is the same for all festivals, so I must have missed that last time, but I guess he is offering a mini game to play, which again, I might do that at the end of the LP as like a bonus video, because you can access all the mini games from the main menu. So I'm not going to bother with that. But he's here, Perry is here, Anessa's there hanging out in the background. I have great respect for people who take art seriously. After all, sophistication requires effort. Yeah, art's fun. I'm not artistic in any way, shape, or form myself. I can draw stick people, that's about it. And it's funny because I think she'll mention clothes. If you talk to Gil, he'll also mention something about clothing, but the art festival doesn't sell clothing, and so it's kind of an odd statement to make. Jake here is mentioning buying some jewelry for his wife, and if we want to buy jewelry, we can speak to Myra. I think we had bought one piece of jewelry last year just so that I could show you an example of what it looks like on your character. And so she has a bunch of stuff for sale. I came here off screen and I actually bought every single thing the festival was selling. I was curious to see if I had enough money to buy everything, and I do in fact have enough to clean this whole place out. And so that's what we're gonna do. Again, a lot of the stuff, I don't think I'm gonna wear it. I'll probably wear my wedding ring when I get married, so I probably won't wear the rings. But we do have a lot of different outfits, so we might be able to wear the pendants and the brooches and pendants and things like that if I'm feeling extra fancy. But I do not know if I'm going to be playing this far into year 3, and so I think just for the sake of completion, and because these are all unique items that are being sold by all of the vendors, it's not a bad idea to just go through and buy everything now, just so we don't miss the opportunity. Some of this stuff is really ugly, and I honestly will probably just never use it. The cuckoo clock being a good example. But you can buy different colors of sofas and couches and chairs and things like that, depending on what the wallpaper in your house is. Because remember, you can also get your house painted from Dale, And if you paint your house on the outside, it changes the interior of your house. So if you ever want to change the look of your house, then it would be nice to also have matching furniture as well. And those are all unique pieces. You're not able to find them anywhere else, and so that's also a great thing. Because you know you have one-of-a-kind furniture that you can't find anywhere else. So finally, we're going to speak to Owen here, and we're going to clean him out. The one great thing that he is selling that I would recommend is the large fridge, because this is, to my knowledge, the only large fridge in the game. And so, as opposed to the 27 food slots that we have now, with this fridge, we're gonna get 36 slots. So that's great if you are like me and you're keeping a lot of items for cooking, or you keep fish in the refrigerator to use later, or, you know, you're keeping food gifts for villagers and bachelors and things like that. And it's white, so it's a nice neutral color. I can't say that I'm gonna probably ever use the orange fridge, but a nice large white fridge is pretty neutral, and you can probably use it in all your decorating. So that's that. I mean, I'm pretty broke now. It doesn't leave me with a lot of money, obviously, but now we don't really have to worry about the art festival. I don't have to talk about it anymore. I don't have to come and attend the festival. The inventory never ever changes, to my knowledge. Like, if we go and we try to look at her inventory, it is totally cleaned out. They're not gonna try and trick you or pull the wool over your eyes and add new items without telling you. Unfortunately, this festival is the way that it is until the end of time. And so if you've purchased everything, you've pretty much purchased everything. And that also does remind me, we did remodel our house and I completely forgot to mention it, so I'm sorry about that. We will go back to the house and I will show you a little bit of the redecorating that I've done, because when your house gets expanded, all of your furniture gets put back and you have to put everything back out again. And so I did a little bit of redecorating, and I did change a couple of things, not much, but a few things. And I have not yet had the opportunity to go to Dale's to see if there is a bigger house, but I don't think that there is. I think the house that we have now is probably the biggest that we're gonna get, and to be fair, it's a pretty big house. I forgot to come and check my orchard today, so I'm gonna clean this up a little bit, and then we'll go back to the house and we'll kind of end off there. So obviously now I have a ton of options for redecorating. I have a lot of space upstairs that I haven't filled out, and so it might be a good idea for me to look at that new furniture I bought and maybe put out some more stuff to kind of fill up the upstairs portion of the house. Because when you have a spouse and you have a kid, it's kind of alarming actually how little space they take up. You would think you need a lot of space with 2 other people living in the house, but you won't. So it's pretty safe to decorate however it is that you want. Because the game already marks areas that are used by your spouse and your child off limits. So obviously I've decided to keep the color the same, although that might change. I might decide to change the interior. There's one more theme that we haven't seen yet. We've had this house color for quite a while. We've been dealing with this for quite some time, so I might change it sometime in the future. But you can see in the kitchen I put out all of my golden appliances, all of my fancy, high-class, gold-plated appliances that I had bought from Maya at the flea market, I do believe is where I bought them from. And so you can see that they are golden. At least it was good advertising. They didn't lie to me when they said I've got this nice fancy golden appliances. I figured, why not? I might as well put everything out. It all matches. It all looks pretty nice, I think, really. So there's that. And it did actually give me one more space too on the kitchen counter, I should add. With the other house, I wasn't able to put out every single thing that I had to leave one appliance out, and I had to swap it for something else. But this upgrade allows me to actually have one of every single utensil, and so you're able to make full use of your kitchen at this point, which is going to be great for Chase, I'm sure, when he moves in. You can see I don't have the dresser here anymore. This area, my bed, looks a little bit less crowded. I only have my toolbox and my calendar here. I put out the same table as I had before because I figured that actually looked pretty nice with what I have going on. So really not a lot has changed downstairs, but if I just do a quick sweep across the room, you can see that it does look quite a bit bigger. I was impressed with the kitchen. It's really nice that there was that additional space for me to put all my stuff out. And I have a lot more room upstairs. So on the top floor, you can see, like I said, it's very, very empty. I put my bookshelf up here, I put my dresser up here, my telephone, and this is a cabinet that I had purchased from Dale, and this is basically like your toolbox downstairs, except it's just expanded. It just has a lot more room for stuff if the toolbox downstairs isn't cutting it for you. And I mostly put this here for decoration. At this point in time, I don't really have a lot that I need to store. Most of what I can store, I just store downstairs, and I keep it all downstairs because it's just more convenient that way. I don't have to come upstairs to grab any of my tools or my seeds or anything like that if I need those. But I figured because this area is so big and empty, it's so hard to fill out, and so that's why I had put this up here. And I have a lowly couch that I put facing this wall. My idea was I'm gonna put like a TV here or something like that. I know you can buy a TV from the general store. I'm not too sure if I can buy a TV from Dale or not. I haven't gotten around to it yet, but that was kind of my idea. I figured this would be like a nice little sitting area, and then I just have this huge wide open space here right in the middle of the room. But yeah, as you can see, this top floor is quite massive. There's a lot of space here, so you can go crazy. You can put couches and chairs and little tables, and you can pretty much put, you know, whatever it is you want up here to fill up the space. And I guess just for fun, we can check out just how much furniture I actually have, because at this point I think I actually do have quite a bit to choose from. I've got 3 different beds. You can see here we now have all of our fridges. I'll probably swap out my fridge. I'll maybe do a little bit of redecorating off screen. But yeah, I've got like 5 different fridges to pick from. I've got like a cabinet. I still have the small wardrobe. I don't know what difference it makes. I haven't found myself not being able to buy more clothing. I think the only difference between the small, the medium, and the large wardrobe is just how it looks, as opposed to a small, medium, or large fridge, which actually determines how much stuff that you can store in it. You can see here I've got all of my appliances, so I put out all the gorgeous gold-plated stuff. And this was all my normal stuff that I had earlier before. I've got lots of different tables to choose from, lots of different sofas and chairs, stools, all different kinds of colors depending on what kind of decorating I want to do, which is great. I have 3 different phones, which seems unnecessary. I have a cuckoo clock and a stove. And then finally, I've got 2 different types of calendars. And there is furniture I'm missing. Dale does have more furniture to buy, and like I said, there's also some stuff at the general store that I can purchase that I know for sure that I haven't gone and got to quite yet. So maybe at one point I'll go get some more furniture, but I think I'm pretty good for now. Looking at the calendar here, you can see it's pretty empty in terms of events and upcoming things to do. And so I pretty much have all the time that I need to do things and get things ready to update you guys on before our flea market on the 22nd. I am really excited for the flea market because it's going to be new stuff, and it's actually going to be new for real because we didn't really have anybody at the flea market last year because we were missing so many villagers, and so that will be really exciting when that time comes around. So I'll just keep playing and I will let you guys know when something new and fun and exciting comes up. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time.